Hello, Justin here from Swansea Minster. Thought I'd just spend a little bit of time today trying to demystify some of the names that we use in the church for particular services. So let's keep it simple to start with. Morning prayer and evening prayer. Morning prayer, we have a pattern of prayers which we use every morning, which have readings and a psalm. Again, in the evening, we have evening prayer, the same sort of pattern. Sometimes we sing that service, particularly here at the Minster, which we call evensong, as it sounds, prayers which are sung in the evening. Now, how about all those other different names? Holy Communion, the Eucharist, the Mass, the Lord's Supper, breaking of bread, choral Eucharist. It's a lot of different names, and maybe you find them confusing, and I'm not surprised. But ultimately, it comes down to the same thing. In a Eucharistic service, or the Mass, to use another term, we partake in bread and wine. And in doing so, we remember Jesus with his disciples at the Last Supper, where he shared around the table bread and wine. We're remembering Jesus and his sacrifice upon the cross, the broken body for us. It's one of our main services that you'll always find in the church in Wales and indeed in the Catholic churches and others, the Methodists, Baptists and others. Different frequency of how often we share in the communion, but essentially the same thing. The word Mass is used by our Catholic friends next door and in the Anglo-Catholic end of the church. We here in the Minster would tend to use the word Holy Communion, sung Eucharist, choral Eucharist, simply meaning that the choir sing a large part of the service. And maybe if you're in the more freer end of the church, then you might call it sharing in the breaking of bread, the Lord's Supper. Whatever it is, whatever the word is, it's always the same involvement. It involves bread and involves wine, involves sharing together in what is commonly used, the common meal. We join together to share in bread and in wine. So if you see the names, yes, I hope you find them a little less confusing now, but essentially, bread and wine we share in memory of Jesus Christ.